Okay, let's take a walk in Marden's. I'm actually looking for potting soil, but this is the wrong time of year. I was just hoping they'd have some closeout things that they got from somewhere, but they do not. They have flooring. Oh, they have this section over here. It's funny. This used to be the photo lab section when this building was Walmart, and now it's books. And everything changes so much at Marden's. You can come in, next time I come in there, this whole area might be something else instead of books. I have a book addiction, I admit it. I've got so many books to read at home, it would be silly for me to bring another one home, and somehow I resist this time. So once again, it's about 9:30 or so there's not a lot of people in the store yet. Not a lot of customers anyway. Oh, Christmas stuff. Here's a table of, you know, socks and mittens and things, hats, things like that for, Christmas gifts. I tell you, a well-made mitten keeps your hands warmer than a well-made glove because your fingers are together, so the heat, they aid each other in heat rather than being an individual fingers in a glove. But you lose some dexterity, of course, when you do that. Oh, close. So, what are we going to find over here? Here's another table of miscellaneous things. I always look at the medicine. We got an outstanding deal on some medicine that my wife takes, and it was like $10 off a container. It's actually a product, a food thickener. If you have this thing where you have trouble swallowing, making your drinks thicker can keep you from choking. And one time we were able to buy a bunch of them in here for, I think they were like $10 lower than the lowest price I could have got them on the internet. I think they were like $16, and on the internet they're usually like 25 or 27 or whatever. Then of course you have shipping in a lot of those places too that have the lower prices, so you always have to figure that into the price. You can see we've got pans here, muffin pans, dishes, crocks. And my back is officially given out, so I'm kind of looking at that area thinking, I can't do that. I've got my TENS unit on too, so I'm going to be a little shorter in my walk than I thought I was going to be. Of course, with me, the hard floors that you've been seeing here, they really do a job on my back. I can walk much further on soil than I can on a hard floor. You can see all the food stuff. They have some really good prices on food. It's funny when some of the brand name things, like I was looking at those vitamins and things, those are still out of my price range, even after they've been marked down. Ooh, pie fillings. That looks kind of nice. Oh, I think I'm going to get one of those baskets. Put some junk in. Okay, Mike, stay away from the junk food, please. Of course, I'll succumb to some of it. All this food, different food. It's interesting, they have a sign up explaining the difference between expired and best used by date. Someone did like an expose on their store and was claiming that they were selling a lot of outdated things. And actually, technically, they're not. If a product has, look at this cocoa powder, $2.99. If it has a best use date, that isn't the same as an expiration date. That's a date that tells you some of the freshness will be gone, but it's still technically okay to eat. I've never bought an outdated product in the store. I've just never even come across one. They can be short dated. You figure if anything in a grocery store usually has a pretty late date on it. Here's some kids and puzzle books and things like that. And the stock in the store changes all the time because they buy these from stores that are closing up, salvage, or there's been a fire somewhere sometimes or something, and they swoop in and buy the stuff, and then they, price it up and sell it. And sometimes the price differences are amazing. Sometimes they have some really, really expensive merchandise for way less. One time they had aquariums, large aquariums, and they were really substantially lower prices. And I'm not sure how, must have been a pet store that had gone out of business or manufacture or something, but there were all these huge tanks, and there were a couple that had cracks in them that I certainly wouldn't have bought, but most of them were really good. There's tarps. So, you get to look at the item and see exactly what's there. Here they've got some dog food that looks like it might be some of the better brands and fewer ingredients. When they have fewer ingredients, that helps you if your dog has allergies or food sensitivities. We had one dog that was terribly sensitive to certain foods, and at the end, I think he was eating kangaroo, believe it or not. That was one of the better foods for him. You could see we had a bunch of tarps there. And I'm just looking, I'm trying to decide what aisle to go down next. Now what happened is Walmart moved out of this building almost a stone's throw away to a new super Walmart building, and this stayed empty for quite a while, and then finally Marden's went into it, and this is their largest store. All the other Mardens are considerably smaller than this, but this is nice that they have a store like this where you can go in. You got to kind of be prepared to buy what they have maybe and use it later, because sometimes they'll have some item at a really good price, and they have the saying, I should have bought it when I saw it at Marden's, and that's kind of true because the stock changes. So, I mean, there are some items that they seem to have continuously, but a lot of things just come and go. You'll see them one day. Oh, they always have whoopie pies for $1. So I'm getting a couple of those to bring home to the family. Uh-oh, I've tilted. There must be a hill in this part of the store. There we go. I feel better now. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed my little walk through. I primarily was just trying to loosen my back up, but I did have a couple items I wanted to look for, and the big thing I wanted was topsoil. They didn't have it. Walmart doesn't carry it this time of year, and I just thought maybe these people might have some, because that would be an item that some stores would be getting rid of. But in a lot of cases, they just send them back to the manufacturer or put them in their warehouse. Something like that has no expiration date. I do get a pair of these socks to try. 68% wool. The end.